going all the way around the outside. What a move! But it's Max Verstappen who returns to the front of the field.
Welcome back to the final chapter of the 2025 F1 season. Before we begin, a very important note: if you've stumbled upon this video directly and haven't watched part 1 yet, please stop right here. You're missing half the story. I've put the link to part 1 in the description and the pinned comment. Go watch that first, only then will this video make sense. And for those who have watched part 1 and are ready for the climax, let's get started. The first half was just a warm-up. The real chaos and the actual championship battle begins now. From historic Silverstone, we headed to the Ardennes Forest for the Belgian Grand Prix. With the sprint format in play, every point mattered. Saturday gave Red Bull hope as Max Verstappen muscled past Piastri to win the sprint.
And Red Bull's new era begins with a win. Max Verstappen wins the sprint in Belgium.
But Sunday belonged to McLaren. After a heavy rain delay, Lando led from pole, but Oscar Piastri produced the move of the race, overtaking Lando into Les Combes with pure conviction. It became a tense duel. Lando charged late, but a mistake at La Source ended his challenge. Piastri took his 6th victory, leading another McLaren 1-2.
Oscar Piastri wins the Belgian Grand Prix.
With Max finishing 4th, the standings told a brutal story. Piastri 266, Norris 250. Max was drifting away on 185. The title fight was now exclusively a McLaren family affair. The Hungarian Grand Prix marked the final race before the summer break. If you thought the McLaren Civil War was cooling down, Budapest poured gasoline on the fire. Charles Leclerc took a surprise pole, but Sunday told a different story. The McLaren swarmed him instantly, turning the race into a private duel. It became a strategic thriller. Lando on a bold one-stop versus Oscar on fresher tires. Oscar hunted him down, filling the mirrors, but Lando held on by just 0.698 seconds to take his 5th victory.
Lando Norris wins the Hungarian Grand Prix by 0.6 of a second.
While McLaren celebrated, Max Verstappen had a complete meltdown. Struggling with balance and traffic, he fought a clumsy battle with Lewis Hamilton to finish a disastrous 9th.
And Max Verstappen's got the inside line. My word, that is a fast corner to try that move.
Further back, rookie Gabriel Bortoleto produced a hero drive to P6 for Sauber, while George Russell took the final podium spot. With Max scoring almost nothing, the title fight was no longer a dream, it was reality. The season resumed at the seaside dunes of Zandvoort, Max Verstappen's home turf. The Orange Army was ready, but the weekend belonged to Oscar Piastri. He was absolutely untouchable. Pole position, led every lap, fastest lap, a Grand Chelem, total domination at the champion's home track. Max Verstappen fought hard to finish 2nd, keeping his podium record alive, but he simply had no answer for the McLaren. The shock came in the closing stages. Lando Norris suffered a devastating oil leak, retiring within sight of the finish.
There is smoke. Lando Norris has a problem.
Oil leak. I'm out. Failure.
His heartbreak was a dream for rookie Isaac Hadjar. Having qualified 4th, the Racing Bulls driver crossed the line to take a historic maiden podium.
Isaac Hadjar, you are P3. He is heading to the podium.
The championship picture changed instantly. With a perfect weekend, Piastri extended his lead to 309 points, leaving Lando stuck on 275 and Max on 205. From Zandvoort, we headed to the Temple of Speed, Monza. Just when Red Bull seemed out, Max Verstappen reminded everyone who the reigning champion is. Saturday was a warning shot, pole position with the fastest lap in F1 history.
But Lando Norris has been beaten by Max Verstappen.
Sunday was a clinic. Max controlled the race to take his 3rd victory, silencing the doubters.
Max Verstappen wins the Italian Grand Prix.
But the real drama was at McLaren. A slow stop dropped Lando behind Oscar, but with the championship on the line, the call was made. Team orders.
Oscar, this is a bit like Hungary last year. We pitted in this order for team reasons. Please let Lando pass, then you're free to race.
Reluctantly, Oscar slowed to let Lando through for P2. He obeyed, but the radio was icy.
I mean, we said that a slow pit stop was part of racing.
The gap closed to 31 points, but the damage was done. McLaren had chosen their favorite, and the papaya rules were officially broken.
Stay left, staying out. Safety car, keep the delta positive.
Safety car deployed. The video has been neutralized. If you're still here, hit that subscribe button while the safety car is on track.
And safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
Safety car ending. Let's get back to the action. If Monza was a crack in McLaren's armor, Baku was a full-blown collapse. The pressure finally broke Oscar Piastri. Starting 9th, he crashed out on lap 1 at turn 5.
Oscar Piastri into the barriers.
The championship leader was out. Lando Norris had a golden ticket but failed to capitalize. Stuck in traffic behind Yuki Tsunoda, he struggled to a frustrating 7th place. Max Verstappen, however, was in a league of his own. A Grand Chelem, his 2nd consecutive win. Suddenly, the impossible comeback looked real. Behind him, Carlos Sainz produced magic for Williams, taking a stunning P3.
Vamos! Vamos! Best podium in my career, guys. You cannot imagine how this tastes.
Leaving Baku, the gap was shrinking. Piastri 324, Norris 299, Verstappen 255. Momentum had completely shifted to Red Bull. From Baku, we arrived at the humidity of Singapore. If the rivalry was tense before, lap 1 turned it into open warfare. Lando Norris, starting 5th, launched a desperate attack. Into turn 3, he went too deep, tagging Max and slamming into his own teammate.
He's side by side with his teammate, and Oscar Piastri is millimeters away from the wall. Lando Norris gets by in a crucial move.
Oscar's radio said it all.
So are we cool with Lando just parting me out of the way, or what's the go there? Hey, that's not fair. I'm sorry, that's not fair.
While McLaren fought a civil war, George Russell drove a masterclass from pole to take his 2nd win. Max Verstappen produced a defensive clinic in a difficult Red Bull, holding off Lando to steal 2nd. McLaren clinched their 2nd consecutive Constructors' Championship, but the mood was icy. Leaving Asia, Piastri led with 336, Norris 314, and Max lurked in the shadows on 273. From Singapore, we headed west to Austin, Max Verstappen's turf. The sheriff was officially back in town. Saturday's sprint was a total McLaren catastrophe. Fighting for the same tarmac into turn 1, Piastri and Norris collided, taking each other out instantly.
But he'll be late on the brakes. Piastri's going to be hit by Hulkenberg, and the McLarens make contact as well.
A double DNF left the garage in stunned silence. With his rivals out, Max cruised to the sprint win.
Max Verstappen wins the sprint race in Austin to take 8 points.
Sunday was a masterclass. Pole, victory, and fastest lap. A perfect 33-point haul.
Are we witnessing the comeback of all comebacks? Max Verstappen wins the US Grand Prix, and the gap, which was once 104, now stands at just 40 points.
Lando recovered to 2nd, limiting the damage, while Oscar struggled to 5th with a damaged floor. The championship impact was brutal. Max rocketed to 306 points. Lando sat on 332, and Oscar's lead shrank to just 14. The crash didn't just break their cars, it broke their momentum. From Texas, we traveled south to the high altitude of Mexico City. The atmosphere was carnival-like, but the tension was suffocating. The race began with one of the wildest starts in history. Into turn 1, they went 4 wide.
Hamilton tried to attack. Watch Max Verstappen, who's on the outside.
Max Verstappen, aggressive as ever, forced his way off track, cutting the grass to keep position. Max was furious, driving the car like a shopping trolley as he dropped down the order. Up front, Lando Norris kept his cool to retake the lead, but the sensation of the day was Oliver Behrman. The Haas rookie was driving like a veteran, scrapping with Lewis Hamilton and holding his own in the top 4. In the final stages, Max Verstappen was on a rampage. He recovered to 3rd and was hunting down Charles Leclerc for 2nd place. He was all over the back of the Ferrari, ready to snatch crucial points. But then, the twist. With just laps to go, a virtual safety car was deployed.
And the virtual safety car is deployed to neutralize the race.
It neutralized the race at the perfect moment for Ferrari. Max was denied his chance to attack. The VSC effectively saved Leclerc and cost Max crucial points. Lando Norris crossed the line to take a chaotic victory.
For Lando Norris, who comes across the line and wins the Mexico City Grand Prix.
Charles Leclerc held on for 2nd, and a frustrated Max Verstappen finished 3rd. Oliver Behrman brought his Haas home in a stunning P4, his best ever result.
That's P4, P4.
Yes, come on!
The championship impact was seismic. Lando Norris, 357 points. Oscar Piastri, 356 points. For the first time since months, Lando Norris was the world championship leader.
And you are now the leader of the World Drivers' Championship. Just tell us how you're feeling about the day.
I love it. Thank you guys. What a race, you know.
Max Verstappen's VSC misfortune left him lurking on 321. The hunter had become the hunted. From Mexico, we descended into the cauldron of Interlagos. For Oscar Piastri, the dream turned into a nightmare. It started in the sprint. He pushed too hard and crashed out.
Oh, in the wall! In the wall and out of the race! Piastri in the barriers, and one of the contenders for the title is out!
While Lando took the win, Sunday was even more dramatic. Lando started from pole, while Max faced a mountain, starting from the pit lane. When the lights went out, Lando checked out, but behind him, Oscar cracked. He slammed into rookie Kimi Antonelli at turn 1, taking out Charles Leclerc and earning a 10-second penalty. While Piastri crumbled, Max Verstappen produced a miracle. From the pit lane and surviving a puncture, he carved through the field to finish third.
Max Verstappen climbed 16 places from the pit lane to the podium.
Kimi Antonelli claimed a career-best second.
Antonelli with his best ever result in Formula One.
But Lando Norris secured the perfect double win.
Lando Norris wins the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
The damage was brutal. Lando Norris, 390, opened up a 24-point lead over Piastri, 366, with Max, 341, still in the fight. With 3 races to go, the momentum had swung completely. From Brazil to the neon lights of Las Vegas, McLaren rolled the dice and lost everything. On track, it looked safe. Max Verstappen took a commanding victory.
8th consecutive podium finish for Max Verstappen, who is still a contender for the title.
With Lando finishing second and Oscar fourth. But hours later, the bombshell dropped. Disqualified. Both of them.
Extraordinary news. Both McLarens have been disqualified from the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
The FIA found excessive floor plank wear on both cars. In an instant, their points were erased. Max kept his 25 points, while George Russell and Kimi Antonelli inherited the podium spots. The championship picture turned upside down. Lando stayed on 390, but Max rocketed up to 366, tying with Oscar for second place. Leaving Vegas, the gap was just 24 points. The hunter was breathing down the neck of the hunted. From the heartbreak of Vegas, we flew to Qatar for the penultimate round. Every single point mattered. Oscar Piastri stormed to victory in the sprint, keeping his title hopes alive. Max took fourth, while Lando struggled to a nervous sixth, but Sunday belonged to the world champion. Max delivered a crushing performance to take his 7th victory of the season, a statement drive.
Still a contender for the Formula One World Championship. Verstappen will not be moved. He heads to Abu Dhabi.
The result set up the most dramatic finale in history. Lando Norris, 408, Max Verstappen, 396, Oscar Piastri, 392. 3 drivers, separated by just 16 points. We were heading to Abu Dhabi for the ultimate showdown. And so, it all came down to this. Abu Dhabi, the Yas Marina circuit, the sun setting on the most chaotic season in Formula One history. 3 drivers, 1 crown. Max Verstappen knew exactly what he had to do, win, and he drove like a man possessed. He put the Red Bull on pole, launched perfectly at the start, and disappeared into the night.
As they were into the first turn, Lando Norris is in second position and chasing your race leader. That is Max Verstappen.
It was a flawless drive. A reminder of why he is a 4-time champion. He crossed the line to take his 8th victory of the season, doing absolutely everything within his power to steal the title.
Max Verstappen wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Behind him, Oscar Piastri drove a lonely race to finish second, maximizing McLaren's points haul but taking crucial points away from his teammate. That left Lando Norris. He didn't need to win, he just needed to survive. But it wasn't easy. With Charles Leclerc's Ferrari breathing down his neck and the pressure of the entire world on his shoulders, Lando had to drive the race of his life. One mistake, one lockup, one slow pit stop, and the title would be gone. But he held on. Lando Norris crossed the line in 3rd place. It wasn't a win, but it was enough.
And after 24 rounds, Lando Norris is the Formula One World Champion.
That's it, mate. You are world champion. World champion. Lando, this is Zach from McLaren. Is this the world champion hotline?
Yeah.
The final standings flashed up on the screens. Lando Norris, 423 points. Max Verstappen, 421 points. By a margin of just 2 single points, the drought was over. The skepticism was silenced. Lando Norris was the 2025 Formula One World Champion.
Lando Norris, you are a world champion.
First of all, I want to say a big thanks to my guys, everyone in McLaren, my parents, yeah, my mom, my dad.
Max Verstappen had fought back from the brink, winning the final battle, but losing the war. McLaren had survived their own civil war to take both titles. Formula One had a new king, and after a season of crashes, betrayals, and miracles, nobody could say he didn't earn it. 2025 wasn't just a season, it was a revolution. We started with the shock of Lewis Hamilton in red, expecting a fairy tale that never quite happened. We saw the collapse of the Red Bull empire, only for Max Verstappen to drag it back from the dead with sheer willpower. We saw rookies like Kimi Antonelli and Isaac Hadjar prove that the future is in safe hands. But above all, we saw the rise of McLaren. From the internal civil war to the relentless pace, they gave us a rivalry that will be talked about for decades. Lando Norris is the world champion, but with a gap of just 2 points, and with Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen hungry for revenge, 2026 promises to be even crazier. The regulations are changing, the cars are evolving, and the war is far from over. This was the story of 2025, the year Formula One peaked. If you enjoyed this full season documentary, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe to Formula Storm so you don't miss our deep dives into the 2026 season. And now I leave the final verdict to you. Did Lando Norris truly earn this crown, or did Max Verstappen simply lose it? Let the debate begin in the comments.